Happy Friday to y'all. We got a good show for you today. Are you ready to buy that building? If you are, we have building specialists downstairs ready to help you. Okay, let's get the show started. Today, as usual, we got $500 discount for military personnel, healthcare workers, educators, and first responders. So if you're one of those people and looking for a building, make sure you take advantage of that opportunity. Okay? Also, if you want to upgrade to our Signature or Elite series, you get $1,000 off by typing in cash to a live feed like this. Okay? Let's talk about Mallet Buildings, years of experience, over 26 years of delivering custom designed post frame buildings. Folks, we've been in business for 26 years. We're going to be here for the long haul. Ask yourself this: how can somebody that's been in business for maybe a year can give you a 10-year workmanship warranty or a 6-year workmanship warranty? I don't see how they can. So you feel comfortable with us being in business for 26 years. Not only that, we're a licensed engineer firm. We design and build our buildings per our engineer on staff here. Look, we are always improving our processes here. So much so that we're building a roll form plant here next door. We have upgraded tremendously this year alone by going to standardized and scissor truss in all of our buildings. So our competition are trying to keep up with us, folks, but the bottom line is we've built this industry here, and we're going to continue to build better buildings than everybody here. So keep that in mind. You know, licensure. We're fully licensed commercial and residential projects. No contractor violations. We got over 500 reviews on the BBB and Google. You know, ask those questions. A+ rating with the BBB. You know, here's our competition, folks. You know, 4 years in licensure, short track record, limited portfolio. No long-term trust, no deep roots in the community. You're taking a gamble. You really are. And then you got to ask yourself this: do you want to take a gamble with an asset that's going in your backyard? You know? So keep that in mind, folks. Community oriented. We give back to the community. Lee gives back to the community. Like I said yesterday, we can't even put them all up on the board here. You know, this is just to name a few. We do this. Lee gives back all the time to the community. I've seen it. Everybody here has seen it. I mean, it's a tremendous amount of money, folks. So thank you, our customers, because you help us in order to contribute to our community and the state. All right? Building options. We offer value signature elite lines to suit various needs of budgets. Okay? Unmatched craftsmanship, superior durability, structural integrity, and practical functionality. Okay? Listen, nobody builds buildings like us. If you take our lowest toll building, our value building, you know, our competitors are light years behind us. Why? We've standardized scissor truss. We got 2x6 scissor truss. We do a 4-on-12 roof pitch in our value building. You jump up to the elite size, which I'm going to show you in a minute. We got 2x8 scissor truss. Nobody does that but us. What else? Cable retention system sets us apart from all our competition. Why? It helps with the uplift of that building. Nobody does that, folks. I'm not even sure if everyone uses #1 dry kiln lumber. They should be. They really should be. Why is that important? To you, our customers, you may not understand this, but if you use wet wood from the lumber yards, it's got to dry. They put that on your building and they screw all your sheeting to it. The sun's going to hit it, it's going to dry, it's actually going to push out your screws. So ask those questions. We're the professionals here, okay? Nobody else has an engineering firm but us that I know of. If they do, tell them to call us, okay? But anyway, you know, the best can't even beat our basic. That's what I said. Their best can't even beat our low-end quality. Why? We're just that much better. They want to be like us. Anyway, let's go. Guaranteed quality backed by the U.S. Here's what I was telling you a while ago. #1 dry kiln ground treated lumber. That's what I was telling you. Dry kiln, we dry that lumber. We pay extra for that. That's why I'm not sure if our competition does that. It costs money, okay? Lumber with lifetime warranty on termite, rot, fungal decay, and rust. Of course, rust because it's wood, right? If you red iron, you're going to rust, okay? Personalized, customer first approach, personalized service from concept to completion. Advanced 3D model tools. We want you to go to our website and use our 3D model. Why? Because that's the best. Our building specialists can give you an accurate quote. And you can play around with that tool and visually see the building that you want of your dreams. I encourage you to use that and then let our building specialist quote you on that, okay? Referral program. Like I said, we have thousands of referrals out there. If you know somebody that's looking for a building, you refer them to us, we'll send you a $200 check once they purchase the building. It's that easy, and it's for real. We have checks right here, matter of fact, right here. We give them away every week, folks. This is a real opportunity. Okay, our elite specials. Let's talk about our elite specials. Remember, the elite is the top of the line. Okay, nobody builds this building in the country. Okay, you got a 30 by 50 by 12 for $43,998. You got a 40 by 50 by 12 for $53,950. You got a 40 by 60 by 12 for $61,598. I'm going to go over the everything you get in this elite building, and I'll show you. Okay. Now, here's our value series. Remember what I told you? Their best can't even touch our lowest quality building. This is our lowest quality building. Dry kiln MCA treated lumber, 4-inch, 4,000 PSI concrete, and we put microfiber in there. So number one, right off the bat, we know that our competitors use 3,000 PSI. We use 4. That's 33% stronger right off the bat. It costs more. We give you that in this building. Not only that, we use microfiber. They don't. Microfiber is going to reinforce that concrete even more in the whole volume of the concrete. They may use a wire mesh and hope that they get it in the center of that slab, and wire mesh can rust. So be careful of that. Engineered cable retention system. This is something that our engineering firm in Lee created years back. Nobody does this but us, and they should. I don't know why they don't, because it costs money for you, the customer. We do it because we know that it helps tremendously with uplift. We know that because we have, like I said, an engineering firm, and our engineers developed this, and it's a tremendous product, folks. And we use, our competitors don't use this. We do concrete under every post that acts as a footing so your post won't sink. That's important. On our value building, we use 2x6 scissor truss standard. Our competitors are going to give you common truss. If you want a scissor truss, they're going to charge you for it, and they might not have treated, all our stuff is dry killed #1 treated lumber, even on our truss. They might not give you treated truss. You need to ask for that. We know for a fact they don't give you 2x6. If they say 2x6, they're going to have 2x4 inner webbing. So that's important. This building, our value building, comes out to 135 mile-an-hour wind rating. We are a licensed engineered firm. We design our buildings. We stamp our own plans. You ain't got to worry about third party just stamping because they want to make a paycheck and not looking at your design to see if it's going to hold through these hurricane seasons coming up. So keep that in mind. All that I just told you is on our value building. That's the cheapest building we got. Okay, you jump up to the signature building, now you're talking 2x8 scissor truss. Nobody does that. Okay, 5-on-12 roof pitch. It looks better, and it's going to get the water and debris off way quicker. All our buildings come 26 gauge metal on roof and walls. Our competitors are going to use 29 gauge. It's cheaper. Okay, if you want to upgrade to a 26 gauge, they'll mark that up for you. But watch out for that. We do standard 26 gauge. Okay, roof and wall insulation. On the signature building, you're still going to get the 4-inch, 4,000 PSI concrete. You get 2 10x10 walk-through doors. You get 6-year workmanship warranty. I don't know if our competitors really can give you that. They hadn't been in business that long, folks. And you get all this other stuff. Okay, now when you're talking about the elite package, nobody does this in the country. Okay, why? You're still going to get the 2x8 scissor truss. You get a 10-year workmanship warranty. We're going to tighten up the truss spacing to 3 foot and the post spacing to 9 foot. That's going to give you that 145 mile-an-hour wind rating. Okay? You get 2 10x10 roll-up doors. As I said in the other buildings, all standard 26 gauge metal. Our competitors don't do that. Roof and wall insulation, gutters and gutter brushes. Folks, gutters and gutter brushes is a anywhere from $20 to $24 value, linear foot all the way around your building. okay? That equates, we did it this morning, that equates on a 30 by 50 building, that equates for at $1.60 something a square foot, okay, that we're giving you, okay? That's just that one item. 6-inch, 4,000 PSI concrete. We're going to add the microfiber in that concrete as well. But 6-inch, nobody does that unless you request it. We give you that on the Elite package. What does that mean to you? 2.5 times stronger than 4-inch, okay? Now, when you add the 4,000 PSI mix to it, which our competitors won't do, that's going to give you another 33% stronger concrete. Then on top of that, folks, when you add the microfiber and the volume of that concrete, you have a superior product, okay? Now, when you get to the Elite building comes with post protectors. That's another, we did it this morning, that's another $1 something a square foot. The concrete alone is almost $2 a square foot. So we're giving you $6 or $7 a square foot that I calculated this morning. It's more than that because I didn't have time to calculate everything, but we'll get back with you on that. Insulated windows on the Elite package. You got continuous ridge vents, which is another value. Wainscoting is another, I think, $2 a square foot. You got 145 mile an hour wind load on this building. This is the best building in the industry, folks. Our competitors are way, 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 way behind us. Okay, so if you want the best, you need to come talk to our building specialist. Okay, now hey, folks, we got something that happened yesterday. I got to set the story straight, and I hope they're listening. So here we go. Setting the record straight, the truth about Mallet buildings and our hiring posts. So, you know, I got a lot of responsibility here. One of my responsibility is to make sure that we're building the buildings correctly, okay? We have great builders so far. We have 10 crews on staff right now. I'm looking for more crews. If you know somebody who has experience in post frame, tell them to come talk to me. We'll interview them. And if they can pass that interview, we'll give them a chance. Look, we're looking for people. We're the best. We need more people. I need about 8 more crews. So if you know somebody out there, please let them come talk to me. But let me set the story straight to this. So I posted, you know, sometimes in business you got to think outside the box. We have posted, the marketing team up here has posted several ads trying to get builders, okay? So the other day, Lee and I was talking and said, you know what, I'm going to post on one of these, on a couple of these contractor websites on Facebook. So I did, okay? And let's see if, let's see, is my post here? Yeah, is this it? Yes. Actual Facebook post I made. The post was made in a contractor group looking for subcontractors to help with a job near Toledo Bend. All materials are already purchased. We were not fishing for competitors' prices. We were trying to hire local builders. That's it, folks. Trying to hire builders. I need builders, okay? This is what I said. Looking for labor-only quotes to erect a 40 by 60 by 14 pole barn. I use the word pole barn, people, in this ad because a lot of people don't use what we do. We don't do pole barns. We do post-frame construction. But I have to use this terminology because other people out there are not on the engineered level like we are, where it's really called post-frame construction. So that's why I use that term, if anybody out there is thinking. So all material is at location, paid for. Location is near Toledo Bend. That's all I posted. I think I posted it on 2 groups or something like that, okay? So this lady, first of all, I want to say that this lady is a competitor of ours. Nowhere did she respond to my post, text-wise or message-wise, however you say it. Nowhere did she say like 10 or 15 other people responded like you do on Messenger, and they say, hey, I'm interested. This lady, I don't know how she did it, but she got my number. She didn't respond anywhere on that Messenger page until after she found out who I was. But let's stick to the story. So, well, let's see what she said. This was after she talked to me. I'm going to tell you what she said when she talked to me. But this lady, let's see. This is someone who happens to be the wife of LSLBC convicted violator, okay, who's currently in violation with the state Louisiana licensing board. Decided to turn this into a drama-filled conspiracy theory, claiming we were putting out fake ads. I'm not putting out fake ads. I need builders, like I said earlier. And lady, I mean, I talked to you yesterday. You seem like a very nice person until you figured this out. But here's how this conversation went. She called me first. I was busy. I said, well, look, how'd you get my number? She made up something that a friend or something gave it to her. Well, whoever that friend is, if it's a friend of mine, I need you to call me because I don't think it was a friend of mine. I don't know how she got my number. She didn't message me. Anyway, I called her back later today to find out, you know, what the deal is. She told me what her price would cost. Actually, she said, I got a few questions for you. One of the questions is, what size truss are they? I said, they're 2x8 truss. She said, oh, 2x8 truss, you must have a mallet building, okay? People know that we're the only ones that do that. I said, you're absolutely right, it is a mallet building. She calculated it out. Obviously, she gave me a price that I didn't like, so I told her I'd get back with her. That was the end of that story. Actually, it's not the end of that story. She told me, she said, hey, if you decide that you want us to build it, we're not that busy right now that I could get to it this weekend. Exactly what she told me. I said, I'll get back with you, and I hung up the phone. 30 minutes later, her husband, I think his name's Michael Spell, calls me, asking me, do I work for Mallet? I said, yeah, I work for Mallet. She says, well, what am I doing putting posts on site? I said, well, I'm looking for builders. What's the problem? And then we started talking, and he and I actually had a pretty good conversation. By the way, Mr. Spell, we got your stuff back from the license board that you and Lee was talking about. We're ready for you to talk live, okay? But I thought me and him had a good conversation. Look, folks, we don't look for drama. They're trying to drag us into drama. My job right now is I want to set the story straight. He and I talked. He actually gave me a price. He came down on what his wife's price was. And I said, well, Mr. Spell, that's still a little high for me, but maybe there's a chance for us to work together in the future now that you have your contractor's license, okay? And that was it, folks. We hung up the phone. I actually called Lee. I said, hey, I talked to this guy. Sounds like a pretty good guy. Maybe we ought to give him a chance in the future. Then they post something like this, folks. She goes on her website and says, this is what Mallet Building has his employees do up fake ads to see his competitors are quoting. Some people do honest work, and there's people like Mallet. Be careful who you do business with. So, folks, this lady called me out of the blue. I don't even know how she got my number, okay? She started the drama. I gave her nothing but factual information. I never hid anything that I even told her, yes, it is a Mallet Building. She never asked me who I worked for. Her husband did, and I told him. So there's nothing fake about this. This is fake because you know why it's fake? We responded to her. This is the same ad you just saw. We responded to her just like this. Just to clarify, the post is about finding a builder, not trying to undercut or mislead anyone. No shady intent, just trying to find the right fit. Appreciate all the builders who are willing to help without the drama. Okay, folks? So here's what you got here. You have a competitor that's upset because we do the best job in the business. They want to be like us. They can't because they don't have what we have. They're not going to have what we have. They're not going to get licensed engineering firm. They're not going to have designers. They're not going to have a truss plant. They're just not going to be like this. Now, I was maybe trying to give them an opportunity. I didn't care. Now that he's got a license, he's a licensed contractor, but they did a spinoff, okay? Now, this is how she put it. Then she comes and exposed me. This lady calls me, gets my phone number. I don't know how. And let me just clarify something. Lee Mallet had nothing to do with this. This is my decision to put out there to find builders because it's my responsibility to keep this place running. And I want builders that I can interview all the time. So again, if you know anybody out there, I'd love the opportunity to talk to them. We offer a great opportunity for somebody to make good money. Anyway, if they pass our qualifications. So then she cuts off the part where we explain it. She cuts this off, and this is what she posts on her Facebook page. All right, she takes my personal pictures of my house and me, of my whole personal thing, and then she says stuff like this. People, if you want to do business with somebody that starts mess, y'all just see that you think that we start something, we got to finish it, okay? So enough of her. Now let's go. No false ads was made. We were openly recruiting subcontractors in a contractor group. Brittany Spell, Precision Metals, called Trent, which is me, which I just told you all this. Basically, I just told you all this. Then Michael Spell, he posted the same thing his wife did. After I had a good conversation with you, Michael, what's up, dude? I didn't know you were like that. Two-timer, all right? So here's the facts, okay? I told you the facts, folks. I told you the facts about Mallet Building. We're here to stay, 26 years, professional engineer firm. We design all our buildings here and we stamp all our plans, all right? We're going to build you the best building out there with the best product out there, superior to anybody else out there, especially superior to Precision Metals, who wants to be like us. And to turn something around, I was going to give him an opportunity to make some money, turn something around, but this is what you're dealing with here. He is convicted, found guilty, okay? I got a legit question. Let's see. Is there additional fees for the stamp on drawings, or is that included in the price? Depends on where you are. There is a fee sometimes. Sometimes we include it in the deal. Mr. Lee, if he's here, sometimes depends on the building. Maybe it's an elite building. Sometimes we throw that in. Mr. Mark Wilson, I appreciate your asking that question. It's a good question. Why don't you give us a call and let's work out something with you? I might waive your fee for coming on live and asking that question. But our building specialists, remind them, and I'll remember your name, Mr. Mark, and I might waive that fee for you. But yes, to answer your question, I want to be factual here. There is a fee, but it's not the same fee that other people may charge you because we have our own firm in-house. Our competitors have to send that off to a third party. They can't control their cost like we can. So to answer your question, Mr. Mark, I'll waive that fee for you depending on your location. If further south you go, you got to do a little bit more legwork and it may cost a little bit more money. But let's talk. I appreciate your question. All right, let's get back on it. So this cat was found guilty by the LSLBC. And then he tried to stand up here and say that it's because he didn't show up. Well, we got all the information. We're waiting on him to come up on live here. Okay? Addressing the public comments. We've got customers and bystanders alike saying the same thing. This is being blown away out of proportion. So, folks, you saw what I did. You make your own choice out. I'm simply trying to find good builders out there that we can help make a good living. We have builders that's been here for 20 years, and they make a very good living. We just need more of them. Okay, because we want to be able to be ahead of the ball game so we can support our customers and get their buildings built faster. So we got plenty right now, but I need more so I can keep this ball rolling because that's how busy we are. When you have the best product, you're very busy, and I need to hire more people. So don't forget that. Now, let's see. Just like that, this is Mr. Spell copied and pasted his wife's post. It didn't explain what we were doing. And even people on his Facebook page are saying stuff like, you put this man's credibility out there without even knowing what our company is actually, that was Renee. We're currently hiring building crews, plain and simple. We're not finishing, but that's Renee. Well, let's see what other people that don't work here say. If you want to be a subcontractor, choose Mallet, okay? That's positive right there. Maybe it's just fine, but I'm not sure. I'm not just an outsider looking at what's posted. And what I see is accusations really is kind of bullcrap. This is somebody on his page calling his stuff bullcrap. I'm glad you saw that. I don't have your name, but I appreciate you sticking up for me. Look, plain and simple, folks, they're trying to start drama, all right? And I guess they have to do that because when you don't have any business, you got to do something to try to get business. We don't just fish for prices. We build high quality buildings at the best price, and we're proud of that. We hire licensed, skilled crews, and we're always expanding. If you're a builder looking for, this is what I ask you. If you're a builder and you need work, come interview with me. You're gonna have to pass some tests, but we'll teach you, and we'll get you some business. Okay. So now let's see where we're at on this. Closing statement. To our loyal customers, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank you. We are not getting dragged into drama. We're building, we're hiring, and we're moving forward, okay? But I will bring up precision metal every time I'm up here because it really rubbed me the wrong way. Now, that's over. Let's get back to business. If you're searching for a building, folk, we provide you with spec sheet. There's no smoke and mirrors here, okay? We let you see what we put in your building. We want you to take that to our competitor. Why do we want that? We know that they can't do this. And they can't do this because they can't afford to do this, all right? We're the only ones that can do this because we have our own truss plant. We buy more wood than most of our competitors combined. Probably all of them combined, okay? So we have the power to do it. We have the knowledge to do it. We're backed by an engineered firm that design our buildings here. If you want the best building in the country, you need to call us. And we have the spec sheets to give you. Now, if you don't want to go our route, you might be like this person. Customer, I've got a cheaper quote. Congratulations, you also got a cheaper building. That's a red iron. No rafters. We engineer mono truss here, okay? Won't do that. Let's get to the red flags, folks. Years in business. You can go to the Secretary of State, find out if you're fixing to conduct business with somebody and they're going to build you a structure, you should go and make sure that they have the proper license, business license and contractor license. It's due diligence. If they don't have that, it might be a red flag. Licensure, I just talked about that. Contractor violations, make sure they don't have any contractor violations, just like Mr. Spell does with Precision Metal. You know, that might be a red flag, folks. If he's not responsible enough to get a contractor's license, is he going to be responsible enough to build you a building and show up and utilize your money? Okay? Ask yourself that question. Reviews on the BBB. We have over 500. That says people like us. And just like Tim Tackett said yesterday, one of our ambassadors, I forget exactly what he said, so Tim don't holler at me, but he said something about 10% of people only tell you the good news. So we got a lot more people out there. We got over 500. So, visit the contractor's facility. We invite you here. We want you to look at our facility. You know, if they don't have an office setting that you can sit in and conduct business, folks, that might be a red flag. If their office is the front seat of their truck with all kind of unorganized tools in it, that might be a red flag, folks. That's all we're saying. All right, now let's see. Precision Metal, here we go. This guy who started all this drama with me, him and his wife yesterday, has been in business since 2019. Okay, in good standing. Congratulations, you're in good standing. Now, that's good, that's fine and dandy, but since 2019, he's been conducting business illegally if he wants to build stuff over a certain limit because he just got his contractor's license. Why did he do that? Because he was convicted by, he has violations, okay? Now, no, never been heard, not accredited with the BBB. If you want to do business with these people, folks, have at it. But don't say we didn't show you to do the red flags, okay? And if they say, they're probably going to say that they can build a building like Mallet. The truth of the matter is they can't, okay? So, convicted violators, just like this guy, I'm not saying he did, so don't try to spin that around, but convicted violators take advantage of people like this woman. This woman got taken for over $100,000, maybe more than that. I don't know. I just don't want to say the wrong thing. But, I feel bad. If this lady would have known about our red flags, maybe she wouldn't have got taken for all of her money. This guy got arrested for it. So did he, for taking people's money. So did he. So did these two, okay? All these people, folks, be careful. That's what we're saying, okay? We're not drama starters. We're factual people. We're going to tell you the truth. Our spec sheet lines it out for you. That's what we do here. Elite specials. Let's recap on our elite specials one more time. A 30 by 50 by 12, 43,998. A 40 by 50 by 12, 53,950. And a 40 by 60 by 12, 61,598. This is our elite building, the best building in the country, folks. Specials going on right now. Okay? Whoa. I don't know what happened here. Okay. Well, I think it was going to talk about our referral program, folks. We got our ambassador program. We got ambassadors out there. If you want to look at a building, okay, we have ambassadors out there that will, our building specialists set this up. You don't have to do nothing. Just tell them you want to look at a building. They'll find an ambassador, set that up for you. Go talk to them, real people that'll tell you, give us a grade, okay? Give us a grade on what that is. Is that it?
And then the quote, the last quote.
Okay. No, I did that one already, huh? No. Anyway, I think I did. Anyway, that's it today. I hope I set the story straight, folks. If you want to buy a building today, please give us the opportunity to earn your business. Our building specialists take care of it. See you tomorrow.